Hi. Confessions of a Window Cleaner is the worst movie I've seen in my fucking life.
It may not always turn out how you want it to be.
I don't say that lightly. You have no idea how deep the cinematic septic tank I wade through is. I sat through The Scarecrow. I sat through Run for Your Wife. I sat through the Christmas for the Shudder. This film is so painful. It makes the rape scene from Irreversible look like Care Bear's Adventures in Wonderland.
Oh, that's nice.
I sometimes struggle with how these reviews are going to go. Many critics like to go through the plot point by point. Others prefer a sort of non-linear analysis. I was under no doubt how this one was going to go. There is no way I am sitting through this piece of shit in its entirety again. Here's the highlights. Timothy Lee is an apprentice window cleaner. It's an honest trade which gives him plenty of opportunities to spy on women in their bedrooms, take in some casual workplace sexual harassment, enjoy the worst phone party ever, and leer at underage girls.
Some of the things you see are quite an education.
Timmy is played by actor Robin Asquith, who has in the past been described as looking like a blonde Mick Jagger, though I like to think of him as a rapey voyeur fucktard. Actually, is it just me or does he kind of look like Mark Hamill in the Star Wars Christmas special? I guess that's two celebrities I need to apologise to. This film is basically a series of inexplicable sexual encounters. Timmy turns up and doesn't clean any windows because apparently 70s suburban housewives had standards so low they were melting into the Earth's molten core.
We're not doing too well, are we?
No.
Okay, so maybe I'm being a little unfair. There is a major plot arc here. Timmy meets a police officer, Liz. They begin dating. This leads to several hilarious scenes where Timmy tries to force his hand into her vagina.
I'm gonna have to put you in handcuffs.
Constable, that's the best damn idea I've heard all week. I was consumed by rage and desperation for almost every picosecond of Confessions of a Window Cleaner. So in a bizarre way, it was actually kind of a relief when I discovered something depressing. I was distressed to see that John Lemez's Sergeant Wilson is in this. He considered himself a jobbing actor, appearing in over 120 films throughout his career, usually in supporting roles. This gives me some comfort because that means that this was a paycheck, rather than him having looked at the script and gone, yes, this is worthy of my considerable talent. The other actor worthy of note is Anthony Booth, who plays Timmy's brother-in-law and boss. He's obviously not notable for his performance, but because, amusingly, he's Tony Blair's real-life father-in-law. Confessions of a Window Cleaner, Invasion of Iraq. Production-wise, I can say that this film is well made. It had an incredibly experienced crew working under an incredibly talented director. Val Guest was an accomplished filmmaker who worked on numerous TV shows, a couple of Quatermass films, and The Day the Earth Caught Fire. One of the best British films I've ever seen. And he was involved in this piece of fuck. Objectively speaking, this film is a fairly standard softcore sex comedy. I have issues with it for two main reasons. One, it's not funny in the slightest. And two, because it's representative of the most wretched attitudes of its time. We've all seen the shocking revelations which have come about since the death of Jimmy Savile. But maybe I'm naive in the fact that I struggle to picture how our society could ever casually accept anything so despicable. This film, which isn't particularly graphic, has made it real for me. And I feel unclean for having watched it, and kind of guilty for bringing it to your attention.
I don't know. You can't win, can you?
And oh happy days, this film has 3 sequels. Pop performer, driving instructor, and From a Holiday Camp. I'll probably get to those someday because I now feel like the Winchester brothers, aware of great evil and fated to challenge it. Robin Asquith still gets around, of course. He had a cameo in 2013's Run for Your Wife, which was, until a few days ago, the worst film I'd ever seen. He was also in Coronation Street briefly, because for some reason Corrie's producers decided they hated their audience. So yeah, that was Confessions of a Window Cleaner. I'm off to take a bath now.
This is your life, Jimmy Lee. It may not always turn out how you want it to be, but you'll get by, Jimmy Lee. 'Cause you're really not a loser, you just find it hard to win. Always getting into crazy situations, having trouble with romantical relations. You got the kind of touch that everyone would love to own. No simple life for you, it's always complicated. You date the...
You're just a dirty little boy, aren't you?
Oh, don't worry, it's only coal.